our guest of honor, the Executive Director, National Forest Authority, Uganda, Mr. Stewart. And of University organizing this event. I will not repeat the words and the communication made by the FAMU patron, but I request that before I proceed, I invite the academic staff within our department to briefly introduce themselves so that they are known by the Executive Director, National Forest Authority. Beginning on my right.
Yes, thank you, Chair. My name is Enoch Sepuga. I teach in the department, but I'm also the programs coordinator, overseeing the teaching and learning processes of the students. You're welcome.
Okay. Paul Mugabe. I teach wood product science. I'm not very sure whether it was in class, but we are happy to see you. And the capacity then doesn't hold, the current one holds. I'm anticipating the very, very sweet things that will develop. That's what I'm patient with. You're welcome.
My name is Sabio. I think that's what you know best. My name is Sabio Simon Digital. Since we are talking about sweet things, Robert and I were classmates. So you guys should respect the sweet thing. I'm a member of staff here, which both graduate and undergraduate courses, and also the coordinator and undergraduate research. You're welcome. Yeah, once again.
Yes, Executive Director, ladies and gentlemen in the room, welcome. Young Bosco Morris Okuro, Professor in the Department of Forestry at the University of Tourism, and I coordinate the graduate program. It's the right time you have come because the people you employ are really having problems coming back for graduate studies. So I think today we shall also need to see how they come back, because with more advanced knowledge, I think our management of forest will be good. And I thank you for coming.
Good afternoon, sir, Mr. Edie. My name is Opua Joseph. I teach the graduate programs, forestry. I'm looking forward to listening to you, sir. But we have two topics. I don't know which one is going to be which. It's a topic about forestry, sustainable development, which is very good. But there's also another one which is talking about reform in the forest. Maybe you combine both, sir. But we enjoy two. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah. Recording in progress.
Welcome. I'm Edward Letamavu. I've been in this space for over 20 years. When this opportunity comes, we take it with both hands. Now that you are here, or maybe but talk about these things, but we have to be clear that as an association, they need to be involved in growing trees. But the people tried at one time to get land, but we started forgetting that it was not very considered, and I wondered why. But now that you are here, I have to resurrect this, that the school needs land, NFL land, grow trees. But the individuals who did get that one, you can leave it apart, and we can focus on what? On the school.
Yourself.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, Mr. Executive Director, these are a few of the academic staff from the Department of Forest Biodiversity and Tourism.
Hello, Dr. Lawrence.
Other staff,
Excuse me, Dr. Lawrence.
others are
Sorry for interfering.
others are doing outreach, which you understand, which you know that we our mandate as a party. Let me also allow
Go ahead and pass.
Hello, Dr. Lawrence.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry I came late. I've been here for some time, so I will have some issues. You're welcome. You're welcome to forestry. And last one, I work here at the Department of Forestry. Thank you very much. Maybe say the ED was much bigger the first time. So you have to relate from me. Thank you so much.
So, indeed, these are some of the staff within the department that are before you, and we are also listening and your experiences, share knowledge, experiences from you. Now, before you, apart from the academic staff, we have the student body. I want to state that much as this event is organized by FAMU, the public constitutes other members. But we have students from our department then we have the virtual tourism and hospitality management. The Master of Science in Forestry and Biodiversity Management, Master of Science Agroforestry and Community Development, and also of a PhD in Forestry. Actually, before you came, we had just come out of a PhD in Public Defense for PhD Forestry, one of our colleagues who actually passed. So those are the kind of students that are here to listen to you. I'm also informed we have students from other colleges. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm informed we have staff online. I would request that they also introduce themselves. It's very important because we are together to be in this profession, want to share knowledge, skills, and experience. Patron Dr. Boga, maybe help me in that regard. Yes, can we hear?
Hello.
Can you introduce yourselves to the ED and the student body?
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence, for spearheading this session. I am Florence Muhewa Priska, I am an assistant lecturer within Forestry, Biodiversity and Tourism Department, and I lecture Tourism and Hospitality Management. And I anticipate to pick a lot from this session. Thank you for organizing, Dr. Lawrence.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes. Yes, I'm Dr. Sarah Kele Simu. I teach in the Department of Extension, but I also support the department in forestry, and I teach agroforestry. It's nice to see the ED participating and engaging with both staff and the students. You're welcome.
Okay. So, yes, so you can already from the introduction, what I was saying, really this is a public audience that contributes different stakeholders. And I was saying that as far as I know, there are students also from other colleges. Otherwise, it's the forest, environmental sciences, in which the department of forest but there are other colleges, and I know students from the College of Natural Sciences. They are there, and maybe others that are not from the project yet. So you have the diverse audience that is evaluating the recent view. I report that the dean would have loved to be with us here, but he had other academic engagement. So when I'm head of he asked me to present him. Now, without taking much of your time, I just thank you for your attendance, and I request us to be attentive. We listen to the ED, and then we can interact with him further. As requested by Professor Bua, we expect you on your talk generally to focus on reforms in Uganda's forest sector with the forestry we can have for sustainable development. So at this point, I take the honor to invite you, sir, to make your talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the Dean of Students presenting. The Dean of Students, School of Forestry, Environmental and Geographical Sciences, the Head of Department, the FAMU Patron, the teaching staff, all the professors and doctors in here, the FAMU President, and your executive, my colleagues, the foresters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank you for this public lecture. Most importantly, for having chosen National Forestry Authority to come and speak to you. I want to appreciate the head of department for the warm welcome, and I really feel I am where I belong. When the president FAMU came to with the lecturers and for us the other side. So that time is not be able to get recognized. However, I have fond memories for all of you. And I remember when we got in here, we found Professor Banan. I think that time we had about two professors. Was Professor Zain Yoka, I remember very well, and the Professor A.Y. Banan. I was taught by him, I think, once, and the next of the time we went to field forest. Yeah, that's good on. And of course, I enjoyed the Dr. Board was teaching us forest management. Professor, a big part, Professor. Then Professor Okuro was teaching us, and then later we was doing some field work. Then Professor Mwavu came in at that time and was teaching us ranger and forest management, which we did not like at the time. Then Professor Manson Twehe came and told us he was very fresh from Norway. Very fresh and very young. Saying, you see now I'm like this guy. So it was a very source of inspiration. He informed us. I think Mr. Mugabe, we interacted briefly. And then Professor Mboga came in, I think, when we were almost visiting. But the result, I think, was the outpost. So that's what I can remember. Then I had the Chizito here. You allow me to say as we were enjoying ourselves in this family. But most especially when we would be in our recess in the college, the BIA college. We are enjoying playing football with him. So we have very fond memories and grown together. So I want to appreciate you for the work you do in this university, especially Forester. And in the same spirit, I want to thank you and congratulate everyone supervised him. We appreciate you. So when I received this invitation, I developed still mixed feelings. Public lecture, lecturing to students, and now lecturing to lecture. I felt this is going to be one of the hardest jobs for me because this is the center of research and academic excellence. What research has not been done in this faculty that I am coming to add on, that I was comforted that I may be speaking to ladies and gentlemen who possibly may not have applied their forestry for a long time in terms of seeking employment outside the university. So I left this university not long ago. I was part of the congregation of the 44th. That was in 2004. This marks, I think, 20 years, almost 20 years, because it was 22nd October. And my reflection just guided me to come and speak to you along my journey in terms of interacting with the forest, juggling around the reforms that you have clearly put it, but also looking at where forestry focusing in terms of supporting sustainable development in this country. But also to inspire the students that it is very possible to be in the lecture room here and get out and occupy powerful office. When I left in October, I think the first person I talked to was Professor Twehe, asking him for a job. And he told me, share with me your CV. And when I wrote, he said, but there is no experience. He said, where do I get experience other than the time you saw me in the lecture room? So I requested him to take it as that has enough experience. So the journey really was not a bad one. I remember you called me March 2005. I graduated in October 2004. Then March 2005. He calls me and says, you pick your CV and you go and interact with the people at ICRA. They have a project they are doing. You see how you can work with them. We're doing something with the ecotrust in Southwestern. Prof didn't tell me that it was actually part of an interview. So he sent us there, I think 2 people. We met there. I asked my colleague, who later joined me in NFA, but later left me. I asked him what had taken him there. He said, Professor Twehe had sent me here to come, and I said, he sent me earlier. So make sure you come and see what we are coming to do. I knew it was an interview, so I started beating him psychologically, such that he does not take that position. So I'm trying to inspire you with that, so that either you pick something. So Gideon was beaten before we entered, because I told him I was followed first, and I have been told to come and work. So you, if you are coming for interview, which job are you coming for? And indeed I got reached there, I got it. So I want to thank you in front of these people. You broke the ice, and the rest is history. So Forest management in Uganda. Many people have written about this, including the AY Banana, together with my friend Nelson Tiyaha, discussing the same thing. So I would encourage you that at the end of this, you possibly go and look for it. They give a very good overview of the history and the development of forestry policy and administration in Uganda. So forest management started a long time ago. During pre-colonial time, forests were with us, but were being managed under monarchies. We had the kingdoms, and they were managing these forests. But these forests were not formally defined. They were actually mainly communal forests, if I would put that. And when the colonialists came here in 1894, I think one of the things they thought about first was forest management, because history and all of the research is indicating that the first department that was formed by colonialists was a department they called a forestry and the scientific department. And this dates way back in 1898. So we had a very good period then, because the colonialists, after doing that, they had now to start defining what forest management would be in the country. And that's when we start seeing some bit of reforms come. So the department comes in 89, and then somehow it was redefined as forest department in 1927. And when the department comes in, all of this was under colonial government. Then after, in 1929, that's when the first forest policy was. This now started defining forest management. So this was very well and clearly regulated. And in that period, that's when we saw a number of forest gazettements. Those that were managed under monarchies without definition of what they were, now start being defined by gazettements. And most of our forests were gazetted within that period, 1869 to 1898 to 1961. After that is the pre-colonial, when the colonialists were here, during colonial government. So the forests that we have that are gazetted were gazetted by colonial governments within the period, and most of them were in 1932. So when we control of them. And there was a serious reform that happened also therein, where somehow there was a feeling that some of the colonial decisions were sets of gazettements again, gazetting the gazetted areas where some of the forest area had to be freed for purposes of communities accessing it. And you will see that around 1968, 69, some of the forest reserves that we have in their statutory instruments, you will see that there was not. Reforms to continue. From there, government is in charge and is now trying to promote issues to do with conservation, but also focusing on how now we can be able to do involvement of community active participation in some of these activities that they had. So moving fast forward now, from 1962 to 1971, as clearly observed in the book I talked about, there was nothing much according to what researchers saw in terms of improved forest management. Because of the time, a lot of turmoil and uncertainty, and therefore, there were no serious or major reforms that will contribute forest management. From 1972 to about 1986, forest management also had a bit of suffer. Some of you will see or come across what they call double production. The double